council, and what do you want to accomplish the most while in office?
Thank you. I'm excited to be running for the Montclair Town Council to work to preserve what we all love about this town. I have 3 specific priorities. First, we must take steps to make our town more affordable. Most of us came for the cosmopolitan vibe, celebrating arts and inquiry, great schools, and diversity, including across socioeconomic lines. We're a town that celebrates difference as an asset. I applaud the rent control ordinance recently passed by the present council and see it as one critically important approach to provide predictability and stability for the 40% of Montclair residents who are renters. As another approach, I would explore possible public-private partnerships with nonprofit organizations to purchase and turn over housing stock to help to enhance affordable housing options for local residents. Second, I want to help to ensure that Montclair benefits from the wisdom and experience of elders in an intergenerational community. So it's an important policy priority to give seniors options for aging in place, to remain part of institutions that have anchored their lives, like houses of worship, arts and service organizations, and more. Seniors leave our community for affordability, as well as not having available living spaces that meet their changing needs. As a professional, I facilitated creation of aging in place initiatives, and I will bring that experience to work for our residents and the good of our community. 2 policy options are: 1, incentivizing creation of new senior living residences, including affordable units, and 2, possible changes to local zoning ordinances to permit shared housing. I would set priorities with stakeholders like the Senior Citizens Advisory Committee, Aging in Montclair, and the lifelong Montclair staff. Third, I want to bring my enthusiasm and experience to further enhance Montclair's progress towards sustainability. Montclair defines sustainability as a set of ideals about how environmental stewardship, economic growth, and social equity are all pursued in self-sustaining ways. And I note that our efforts in this area have been a cornerstone of our identity as a community. I pledge to bring renewed focus and attention to these issues in conjunction with our professionals and community activists, as I have in the past. I will explore town-sponsored composting and enhance solar installations for the environmental benefit, which will also save money for our town.
What I want to accomplish, well, one is general, another is specific. I want to make opportunities for civic engagement to be more accessible to citizens so we can support the democratic processes and structures that are already in place, ultimately for the greater good. My experience as an educator and an activist, I think, give me skills to help people to develop their own leadership. More specifically, what I hope to accomplish is, since I do live on the border of the Central Business District, when I look out my front door, I see Valley and Bloom and the hotel. Traffic and pedestrian safety and parking has become an issue due to the development. I would really push for pedestrian safety, more measures in place, physical measures. I myself, I'm an elder. Takes me sometimes a little bit longer to cross the street than a younger person does. I would advocate for traffic calming measures. I would advocate for a 25 miles per hour speed limit from North Mountain Avenue to Maple Avenue through the Central Corridor, which is the 3rd and the 4th wards. These problems that we're seeing is a result of rapid development. So those are the 2 main things that I would hope to accomplish.
Today, schools are shut down. All non-essential businesses are closed, and people are being forced to practice social distancing due to the coronavirus pandemic. What will you do to try to alleviate the coronavirus pandemic in Montclair, and how will you make Montclair prepared for future epidemics and pandemics?
Seeing is the tremendous spirit and resilience of residents here in Montclair. People have been pooling their resources, the support for one another, the support for local businesses and restaurants. I think we're doing a pretty good job. We really need a task force in place, state, local, nonprofits, churches, synagogues, and also to coordinate with Mountainside Hospital. But I think we in Montclair, I'm really proud of Montclair. and how we've been able to pull together.
With incredibly high rent forcing many Montclair stores to close, how do you plan on supporting small businesses?
The small businesses in Montclair, like all sectors of the economy, are going to need help more than ever, as we have all done what is necessary to mitigate the spread of COVID-19. Drawing upon existing relationships on behalf of the people of Montclair, I will work with our U.S. Representatives Payne and Sherrill, as well as Governor Murphy's office and our legislative delegation and county officials, to ensure that we take advantage of all of the available federal and state grants and support. One specific idea to support small business is the creation of a loan fund. My approach is to enlist stakeholders to capitalize such a fund with sources from government, philanthropies, and the business community itself. The hope will be that as the early loans can be repaid, the funds will be available for additional borrowers. We will all need to do our part, including patronizing local businesses, in order to ensure that what we love about Montclair can return and be stronger than ever.
As someone who has not held political office before, why did you decide that now was the right time to run for office?
We haven't really had a full election in Montclair in about 8 years. Many of the incumbents have not been challenged for their seats. Ironically, in the same 8 years, we've been seeing this development. I call it a frenzy because I'm very personally affected by it based on where I live. The landscape of the town has changed, particularly in the 3rd and the 4th wards. I see it when I open my front door. We on Portland Place started the Portland Place Neighborhood Association, where we opposed a hyper development on our block, which was to include a parking deck and a self-storage facility and more apartments. So we became we were successful in defeating it, but we really learned firsthand how things move through private enterprise and through government. I'm concerned about the loss of economic and racial and age-related diversity and inclusion in this town. I'm upset about Lackawanna Plaza, as many people are, and I feel that we as citizens are being held hostage by the developers on that. So whether the time is right, this is the time, and I think we need fresh perspectives, different voices, different points of view that take more of a holistic approach to this idea of growth that is not necessarily always good versus sustainability.
I'm strongly community-oriented. I'm a passionate advocate for social justice, and I have a deep commitment to public service. So seeking elective office is a natural extension of my past activities and values. I have lived and raised a family here over 24 years, and I have nearly 30 years of public policy experience as a professional and through nonprofit board service. I'm enthusiastic to translate my skills and expertise to tackle the challenges before us and to create new opportunities. As a founding officer of Emerge New Jersey, a group training Democratic women to seek office, my 7 years of board service helped me see this opportunity to lean in, to give my time and talents to Montclair, as other women have stepped up to do. Lastly, I'm at a transition moment in my life. As the younger of my 2 children will be off to college in the fall, I will have the ability to bring the needed focus and attention to service.